हेलो एवरीवन, इस वीडियो में हम क्लास 7 की बीबीसी की वर्कशीट्स के रीडिंग असाइनमेंट्स करेंगे। इसमें हम क्लासरूम असाइनमेंट 1 to 6 सारी वर्कशीट सॉल्व करेंगे। तो पहले पोएम रीड करते हैं। रीड द फॉलोइंग पोएम केयरफुली। While at the zoo, be careful what you say or do when you visit the animals. At the zoo, don't make fun of the camel's hump. He is very proud of his noble bump. Don't laugh too much at the chimpanzee. He thinks he's as wise as you or me. And the penguins strutting around the lake can understand remarks you make. Treat them as well as they do you, and you will always be welcome at the zoo. First, take the correct option for each of the following statements. Part A. The poet's advice in the first stanza is: first, visit the zoo to see animals. Second, don't say or do anything in the zoo. Third, take care not to offend or hurt zoo animals. Fourth, take care of animals at the zoo. तो फर्स्ट का आंसर हो जाएगा सी, टेक केयर नॉट टू ऑफेंड और हर्ट zoo animals. Part B. The camel does not like: first, his hump; second, being laughed at; third, being washed; fourth, proud people. सेकंड का आंसर आएगा सेकंड, being laughed at. Third, as you or me. Who are you and we here? First, chimpanzee and the reader. Second, chimpanzee and the poet. Third, the reader and the poet. Fourth, the poet and the visitor to the zoo. तो थर्ड का आंसर है D, a poet and a visitor to the zoo. Part D. The line that means animals treat human beings well is line 18. In what way is a chimpanzee similar to human beings according to poem? The chimpanzee is wise like us human beings. Question number 3. On the basis of your reading of the poem, list 2 ways in which people harm or offend zoo animals. So first point, they laugh and make fun of the animals there. Second point, they make inappropriate remarks about them. Third, they hurt or tease the animals unnecessarily. Next question. Look at lines 8 to 6. Find and copy one word that means walking in a stiff and proud manner. The word is strutting. Fifth, what is the rhyme scheme of the poem? Rhyme scheme is A, B, C, D. Sixth, in your opinion, what message message that the poem gave. We should not tease and hurt animals. We should care for them. Question number 7. Do you think the poet believes that people generally treat zoo animals well? Why or why not? No, the poet's opinion is that visitors often ill-treat, tease, hurt, and offend animals in the zoo enclosures. In the last stanza of the poem, he advises the visitors to treat zoo animals as well as the animals treat them. Now we will do classroom assignment 2 of reading. Read the following poem carefully. Brothers. My brothers almost every day would make me mad. At last they all went off to camp and I was glad. I played around the house and helped my mom to bake, and no one teased or took the biggest piece of cake. And no one lashed my dollies to the lilac tree or grabbed my things and hid them where I couldn't see. But soon I missed their corny jokes and jolly noise. Now I can hardly wait today to see the boys. Take the correct options for each of the following statements. First, the chief reason why the poet was happy when her brothers went away to camp was: first, she wanted to have some peace all by herself. Second, she wanted to see if they missed her. Third, she could have the biggest piece of the cake. Fourth, she could help her mother bake a cake. The correct answer is first, she wanted to have some peace all by herself. Second, the poet's chief concern in the beginning of the poem is that her brothers often first played with her, second missed her, third bothered her, fourth waited for her. Correct answer is second bothered her. Part C. The speaker can be called a dash sister. First, selfish and insensitive. Second, playful and happy. Third, lonely and irritating. Fourth, affectionate and sensitive. Correct answer is D. Affectionate and sensitive. D. The last stanza describes the girl's kindness, impatience, happiness, thoughtfulness. Correct answer is impatience. Part E. According to the poem, the speaker's brothers are dash boys. First, sensitive, caring, and loving. Second, carefree, naughty, and noisy. Third, greedy, selfish, and shameless. Fourth, hungry, playful, and nature loving. Correct answer is B. Carefree, naughty, and noisy. Part F. If something is corny, it is not. ये क्या नहीं हो सकता? Funny and interesting. Given below is the summary of the poem completed by writing the missing word in the space provided. The speaker had naughty brothers whose mischief would often make her shriek in a madness. One day when they went camping, she was beside herself with joy, for there was no one to tease her or to lash her dolls to the electric. She could eat the biggest piece of cake baked by her mother. She was no longer afraid of her things being grabbed and hidden away, but soon she began to miss the jokes and the noise they used to make. She grew restless, waiting for them to return. List any two ways in which the speaker's brothers used to tease her. First, usually they took the biggest piece of any goodies like cake, for example. Second, they tossed her dolls into the lilac tree and would grab and hide her things so that she could not find them. Fourth, column A of the table below lists three different feelings the speaker had from the start of the poem till its end. Give evidence from the poem to explain why you think she felt this way. The speaker felt annoyed. Evidence from the poem: they would make me mad. Second, happy. They went off to camp. C, restless. No, I can hardly wait today. हेलो एवरीवन, अब हम क्लास 7 की बीबीसी के रीडिंग पैसेज करने वाले हैं। इसमें हम थर्ड पैसेज सॉल्व करेंगे। इसका हम सबसे पहले फर्स्ट पार्ट देखेंगे। नाउ वी विल रीड द पैसेज। बैंडिकूट मास्कोट। The rabbit-eared bandicoot is found only in a few isolated pockets of central Australia. It has been chosen by the Australian government as a mascot to represent all endangered species in that country. A ground-dwelling marsupial with a long pointed head, the bilby, as it is known locally, has silky bluish-grey fur and a long black tail with a wide brush-like tip like its cousin, the kangaroo. It has sturdy hind legs for hopping. Its forefeet are adapted for digging with strong claws on the second, third, and fourth toes. It lives in a deep spiral burrow during the day, venturing out only at night to dig for seeds, bulbs, fruit, and fungi, or to seek out insects and lizards with its long snout and tongue. It hardly needs to drink any water, sustaining itself on the moisture in the food. The rabbit-eared bandicoot is not related to the large rats called bandicoots found in some parts of India. Question number 1. Take correct options for each of the following statements. Part A. The rabbit-eared bandicoot belongs to a kind of animals known as first, large rats, second, bilbies, third, marsupials, third, fourth, ground dwellers. The correct option is third, marsupials. Part B. The rabbit-eared bandicoot is closely related to first, a rabbit, second, a kangaroo, third, a rat, fourth, a mascot. The correct option is B, a kangaroo. Part C. The rabbit-eared bandicoot ventures out to eat when first, the sun is out, second, the coast is clear, third, it gets dark, fourth, it sights insects and reptiles. Correct option is third, it gets dark. Part D. Choose the option that correctly matches the given parts of a rabbit-eared bandicoot with their characteristic features or functions as mentioned in the passage. तो हमें पार्ट ऑफ द बॉडी ऑफ अ रैबिट ईयर्ड बैंडिकूट गिवन है एंड कैरेक्टरिस्टिक फीचर्स और फंक्शंस गिवन है। इसका करेक्ट मैच है हमारे पास थर्ड ऑप्शन। A will match to 4, B to 6, C to 5, D to 1, E to 3, F to 2. Part E. Another animal with the name bandicoot is first the kangaroo, second the insect, third the lizard, fourth a large Indian rat. Correct option is a large Indian rat. F. Which of the following is a rabbit-eared bandicoot less likely to order at an annual restaurant? First, fruit and fungi. Second, seeds and bulbs. Third, insects and lizards. Fourth, green leaves. Correct option is 4, green leaves. Part G. Which of the following do you think is the correct picture of a rabbit-eared bandicoot? तो इसमें से correct picture कौन सी है? तो करेक्ट पिक्चर जो रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है वो है हमारे पास ये ऑप्शन नंबर 4। Question number 2. Say whether the following statements are true or false in the context of the passage. First, a rabbit-eared bandicoots are found all over Australia. The statement is false. Second, rabbit-eared bandicoots are among the endangered species of animals in Australia. True. Third, rabbit-eared bandicoots live mainly on the ground. True. D. Bilby is a local name of the rabbit-eared bandicoot. True. Next, party rabbit-eared bandicoots of Australia often have to go to water holes to drink water. The statement is false. Part F. Indian bandicoots and Australian rabbit-eared bandicoots are related to each other. The statement is false. अब हम थर्ड पैसेज का पार्ट बी करेंगे. तो सबसे पहले हम पैसेज रीड करेंगे जिसका टाइटल है व्हाई डू फ्लावर्स हैव फ्रेग्रेंसेस. Flowers get their scent from a mixture of volatile organic compounds VOCs produced by the plant. The fragrance is often strongest in the petals. Different flowering plant species have a diversity of VOCs and no two fragrances are the same. The purpose of scent is to attract pollinators and repel herbivores. Flowers also use color and shape to attract pollinators. The scent is the strongest when a flower is ready for pollination. A full bloom smell is more powerful than a bird's. Strongest emissions also coincide with the active phase of visiting pollinators. Plants pollinated by moths usually emit the most fragrance in the evening or night when moths are active, while plants pollinated by bees produce the most scent during the day when bees are active. Take the correct option for each of the following statements. Part A. Name the part of flower that gives out the strongest fragrance. First, pollen, second, petals, third, leaves, fourth, stems. The correct option is B. Petals. Part B. Name one thing that is not used by flowers to attract pollinators. First, color, second, scent, third, shape, fourth, seeds. The correct option is seeds. Part C. A flower scent is the strongest. First, when flowers are just birds. Second, when flowers are ready for pollination. Third, when herbivore animals or birds attack flowers. Fourth, when flower petals are about to fall. The correct option is second, when flowers are ready for pollination. Part D. The author's main purpose in the passage is to describe the fragrances of different types of flowers. Second, show how flowers pollinate. Third, explain why different flowers have different fragrances. Fourth, list the pollination schedule of different flowers. The correct option is third. Explain why different flowers have different fragrances. Part E. In the context of the passage, something that is volatile has a tendency to dash quickly. First, expand. Second, shrink. Third, evaporate. Fourth, condense. The correct option is third, evaporate. Question number 2. Which types of plant emit the most fragrance? First, in the morning. Those pollinated by bees. Second, in the evening. Those pollinated by moths. Question number 3. Write T if the following statements are true and F if they are false. First, flowers use their color to repel herbivores. False. Second, no two species of flowers have the same fragrance. True. C. Something that gives flowers their unique fragrance is VOCs or volatile organic compounds. True. Question number 4. Two visiting pollinators referred to in paragraph 2 of the passage are. They are moths and bees. List two words from the passage that mean the same as smell. Scent, fragrance. Look at the paragraph 1. Find and copy one word that means the same as variety. Variety means diversity. हेलो एवरीवन, इस वीडियो में हम क्लास 7 के बीबीसी में से रीडिंग पैसेज की प्रैक्टिस करेंगे। इसमें हम क्लासरूम असाइनमेंट 4 और 5 को सॉल्व करेंगे। सबसे पहले पैसेज रीड करेंगे जिसका टाइटल है कैंडी क्लाउड। अकॉर्डिंग टू अ न्यू few food historians, the earliest known cotton candy dates back to 15th century Italy, where sculptures were made from spun sugar. This was done by melting sugar and spinning thin strands using forks. Spun sugar sculptures were popular among the noble. Spun sugar sculptures were popular among the noble classes in the 17th and 18th century. The technique behind the production of spun sugar was tricky and labor intensive, and hence it was reserved only for the special occasions. The invention of the modern day cotton candy, also known as fairy floss and candy floss, is attributed to American dentist William Morrison. He invented and patented the electric candy machine and created cotton candy with the help of confectioner John C. Wharton. This candy machine gained popularity at the St. Louis World's Candy Machine gained popularity at the St. Louis World's Fair, Missouri, the US in 1904, where Morrison and Wharton sold over 68,600 candy servings packed in wooden boxes and marketed it as fairy floss. The chemical composition of sugar allows the candy to gain the airy cloud-like form. The candy machine melts the sugar granules and reduces it to thick, sticky syrup. This syrup spins in the machine with strong force and is cooled rapidly. This doesn't give the sugar molecules enough time to crystallize, resulting in the formation of thin and long strands that make up a bowl of candy floss. The colors and flavors of one's choice can be added while the sugar spins in the machine. The structure of cotton candy and its shelf life depends on the humidity. Moisture in the air can make the cotton candy clump into a dense ball. It is therefore better to enjoy the cotton candy right after it is made. In order to the store the candy, plastic packaging is often used to prevent exposure to moisture. Questions करते हैं. Complete the following statements by filling in the blanks with not more than 4 words. Part A. The earliest cotton candies date back to 15th century Italy. Part B. Spun sugar sculptures were popular among the noble classes In the 17th and 18th centuries, Part C, spun sugar candies were reserved for special occasions because the technique used in making them were tricky and labor intensive. Part D, modern day candy was invented by William Morrison, an American dentist, with the help of John C. Wharton, a confectioner. Part E, over 68,600 cotton candies were sold at the St. Louis World's Fair, Missouri, US in 1904. Part F, sugar candies get their airy, cloudy-like form thanks to the chemical composition of sugar. Part G, sugar molecules do not get enough time to crystallize in a sugar candy machine because the sugar syrup being spun in the machine is rapidly cooled. Part H, a sugar candy is best enjoyed as soon as it is made because moisture in the air can make the cotton candy to turn into a dense ball. Part I, sugar candies are often wrapped in plastic sheets to prevent exposure to moisture. Second, tick the option that correctly sequences the manner in which the modern day cotton candies or candy floss is formed. First, different colors and flavors of choices are added to the syrup. Second, thin and long strands are formed, which are used to make cotton candy. Third, the syrup gets cooled rapidly. The sugar is melted and reduced to a syrup in the candy machine. The syrup is spun in the machine with strong force. The correct sequence is 4, 5, 1, 3, 2. So part D is correct. Question number 3. Read the problems listed below and provide solutions based on your reading of paragraph 3rd and 4th of the text. So first problem is the sugar molecule in the syrup can crystallize in the candy machine. The solution is spin the sugar syrup very fast. In the machine and cool it rapidly, not allowing the molecules to crystallize. Second problem, the cotton candy can clump into a dense ball. Solution, consume the candy as soon as it is produced. Wrap the candy in plastic to prevent it from getting spoiled by moisture. Part 4. Tick the option that lists the correct match of the word to its meaning. The strands का meaning है thin threads of something. Tricky का meaning है difficult. Rapidly का meaning है quickly और dense का meaning है thick. The correct option is D. Fifth, find and copy an expression that means the same as length of time for which an item remains usable or fit for consumption. Shelf life. Part 6. Imagine you were to sell candy floss at St. Louis World's Fair in Missouri, USA. How would you sell it? In particular, say what would you say to attract customers? I would create beautiful sculptures out of the cotton candy, birds, animals, letters, names, and what not. I would call it magic cotton candy, and my cry would be yummy, yummy treat. Google it and it's gone. अब हम करेंगे नेक्स्ट क्लासरूम असाइनमेंट 5. पैसेज रीड करेंगे. पैसेज का टाइटल है द कॉटन कासल ऑफ टर्की. इफ यू थिंक फेरी castles exist only in dreams, Pamukkale will prove you wrong. It is a World Heritage Site located near Denizli in Turkey. Pamukkale, meaning Cotton Castle, is a spectacular geological formation of natural white terraces with shallow basins and frozen limestone waterfalls. The waters of one of its many mineral-rich hot springs have been flowing down the terraces for thousands of years, depositing calcium carbonate along the mountain side to the valley below. As the calcium crystallizes, oyster-shaped pools and chalky white stalactites limestone keep forming, making the entire place look like a snowy fortress from a distance. People have been bathing in the hot springs since Roman times, believing it to have curative powers for various ailments like rheumatism. Pamukkale is also the site of the ruins of an ancient city, Hierapolis, also a World Heritage Site established by Eumenes II, king of Pergamon in the 2nd century BC. It flourished as a spa city during under the Romans in the 2nd and 3rd centuries AD. Source: The Hindu. फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन रीड करेंगे द ओपनिंग सेंटेंस ऑफ द पैसेज इफ यू थिंक फेरी castles exist only in dreams Pamukkale will prove you wrong suggest that first it is wrong to consider Pamukkale a fairy tale castle second Pamukkale is as beautiful as castles in fairy tales often are third castles like the one in Pamukkale exist only in dreams fourth Pamukkale castle is a work of nature not human beings. Correct option is B. Pamukkale is as beautiful as castles in fairy tales often are. Second, complete the following sentences by filling in each blank with not more than three words. First, the literal meaning of Pamukkale is cotton castle. Second, two things that the Pamukkale white terraces are made up of are shallow basins and frozen limestone waterfalls. C. The mineral that makes the oyster-shaped pools is calcium carbonate. D. From a distance, Pamukkale looks like a snowy fortress. People believe that the hot springs of Pamukkale can cure many diseases like rheumatism. Part F. The remains of an ancient city called Dash can also be found at Pamukkale, Hierapolis. Part G. This ancient city was founded by Eumenes II, and in the 2nd and 3rd centuries AD, it became famous as a spa city. Question number 3. The following flowchart describes the process in which the geological formations of Pamukkale are formed. Complete the flowchart by placing the items in the box in their correct order. How geological formations of Pamukkale are formed? First, water flows down from the hot springs. Second, calcium carbonate gets deposited. Third, calcium crystallizes. Fourth, oyster-shaped pools and stalactites are formed. Fifth, the place gets the look of a snowy fortress. Question 4. List two reasons why tourists should visit Pamukkale. First, it is a World Heritage Site with a spectacular geological formation of natural white terraces with shallow basins and frozen limestone waterfalls. Second, the hot springs here are believed to have miraculous curative powers for various ailments like rheumatism. Fifth, look at paragraph 4. Find and copy one word that means a mineral spring considered to have health giving properties. Spa. 6. On the basis of your reading of the passage, create two slogans for a tourism poster to attract tourists to Pamukkale. First, Pamukkale calls you, or come to Pamukkale. Second, Pamukkale leave your worries here and take away happy memories. हेलो एवरीवन, इस वीडियो में हम क्लास 7 की बीबीसी के रीडिंग पैसेज करेंगे। इसमें हम क्लासरूम असाइनमेंट 6 and 6A सॉल्व करेंगे। The passage is about the little green warrior. Neha is an 8-year-old girl from Meerut, Uttar Pradesh. She was born on September 29, 2012 to Kuldeep and Anjali. The young environmentalist planted a record 1008 saplings on her 5th birthday. By the age of 6, she had already planted 2500 saplings and earned a place in the Asia Book of Record. Ia was also awarded the Bal Shakti Puraskar 2019 by the President of India for excellence in the field of social service. Iha's father says that she had the courage to do something different from the very beginning. One day, Iha was watching a cartoon on television that discussed the importance of plants and how they help the environment. Ever since, the thought that plants help save the environment and combat pollution has remained in the little girl's mind. Then, when he saw the Prime Minister discussed plants on television, she insisted on planting a sapling. The family planted a lemon plant in the garden. Soon, Eha began insisting on plant sapling regularly and her family obliged. Every Sunday, the family would plant saplings in the vicinity of their house. Her father would share it on social media, and slowly people started taking note of Iha's work. Initially, people would notice and appreciate Iha's efforts, but once the family started the Green Iha Smile Club in 2018, children started joining Iha in her endeavor. They would plant saplings every Sunday but would get disappointed when some of the plants would get uprooted or eaten by cattle. Despite such setbacks, they stuck to their resolve of planting saplings and see them blossom. Iha's parents would also encourage them to continue their efforts without worrying about the fruits of labor. Today, Iha and her club continue to plant saplings and encourage others to do so. On occasions such as birthdays and weddings, this is our last chance to save human civilization. Planting trees is the only way to do it. The more the better, says Iha, who aims to become an IPS officer and wishes to plant trees all her life. Now we will do questions. Answer the following questions briefly. Question number 1. Who is Iha Dixit? How did she celebrate her 5th birthday? Iha Dixit is an 8-year-old environmentalist from Meerut, Uttar Pradesh. She celebrated her 5th birthday by planting a record 1008 saplings. Second, how has Iha Dikshit's work been recognized? Iha was awarded the Bal Shakti Puraskar 2019 by the President of India for excellence in a social work, and she earned a place in the Asia Book of Record for her work of tree plantation. See two sources from where Iha got inspiration for her green mission are: first, a TV cartoon series that discussed the importance of plants and how they help save the environment and combat pollution, gave her the idea of planting trees. Second, a radio talk by the Prime Minister on plants. They list three ways in which Iha's family helped her in her mission or project. First, they made her plant the first plant a lemon plant in their garden. Second, they would help her plant saplings in the vicinity of their house on every Sunday and later share the activity on social media. Third, they bought her plants and saplings for her mission. Fourth, they started the Green Iha Smile Club in 2018 and encouraged other children to join it. They stuck to their resolve despite setbacks. What made other children join Iha's movement? When Iha's family started the Green Iha Smile Club In 2018, children started joining Iha in her endeavor and enjoyed planting saplings with her every Sunday. Part F, what often left Iha's club members disappointed. The club members would get disappointed when some of the saplings they planted would get uprooted or eaten by cattle. G. Name the quality that helped the members of Iha Dikshit's Green Iha Smile Club to continue their efforts without worrying about the outcomes. Resilience or determination or hard work or persistent effort without worrying about the fruit. Column A of the table below lists four character traits of Iha's personality. In column B, write the correct paragraph number that highlights each of these traits. Character trait of Iha. First, courageous. Paragraph number 2. Resolute. Paragraph number 4. Encouraging. Paragraph number 5. Insistent. Paragraph number 3. Match the words given in column A to their correct meaning in column B by drawing lines. Resolve. Firm determination to do something. Combat, to reduce or prevent or fight. Endeavor, an attempt to achieve a goal. Obliged, agreed to do as asked or desired. Would you like to be an environmentalist like Iha and plant saplings on your birthdays? Answer yes or no. Give two reasons using information from the text to support your opinion. Yes, I would like to be an environmentalist like Iha and plant saplings as frequently as I can in order to save the environment And to ensure a habitable planet for the future generations. Planting more and more trees is the last and the only way of saving human civilization. The more trees I can plant, the happier I will be and the better it will be for the world. Why do you think Neha Dixit is called a green warrior? Neha is called the green warrior because she is waging a war against global warming. Desertification, tree felling, and pollution. She wants to make the plant earth a habitable place for the future generations. Now we will do classroom assignment 6A. Passage is about Indians hooked on mobiles 4.7 hours per day. Mobile phone usage in the country has been a gradual increase in the last 3 years, and in 2021, according to mobile app analytics platform App Annie's recent report, the average hours spent on mobile per day per user in India stood at 4.7 hours per user. In 2019, the average hours spent on mobile per day per user in India stood at 3.7 hours, and this jumped to 4.5 hours in 2020, all thanks to the pandemic and eventual lockdown, and this moved to 4.7 hours in 2021. The report showed much of this time was spent in social, photo, and video apps, which accounted for 7 out of every 10 minutes spent on mobile. The report also mentions that India stood at number 2 in terms of app downloads with about 27 billion downloads in 2021. The number of app downloads in 2020 stood at 22 billion, and in 2019 it was close to 20 billion. However, this is far lesser than China, which stood at a number 1 position with a little less than 100 billion app downloads in 2021. Tick the correct options for each of the following statements. App Annie, according to the passage, is first, a mobile phone company; second, a mobile app analytics platform; third, a mobile app developing company; fourth, an online mobile use self-help platform. The correct answer is second, a mobile app analytics platform. B. India's position among the top 5 countries in terms of average number of hours spent on using mobile phones is first, second, fourth, or fifth. The correct answer is fifth. C. According to the table, Mexican smartphone users were on their phones for more hours than those of South Korea, Brazil, India, or Indonesia. The correct option is India. D. The chief reason mentioned in the passage for the rise in the average time spent on mobile phones in India is first, rise in ownership of mobile phone sets; second, improvement in mobile phone services; third, increase in popularity of social media; fourth, COVID-19 pandemic and the consequent lockdown. Answer 4 is correct. F. Choose the option that shows the exact amount of time Indians spend on social, photo and video apps out of every 10 minutes they spend on mobile. So the correct option is option number 3. Total number of app downloads in India in 2020 were second, 22 billion. Do you think India's position among the top mobile using nations is a matter of pride for the country? Say yes or no and give reasons in your support of your view. Yes, I do think it is matter of great pride that India is among the top mobile using nations. It indicates, first of all, that most Indians are now digitally literate. 2. There is greater connectivity and the communications networks are strong, trade, travel, banking, education, social interaction, and news and information access as well as entertainment are now possible through mobile phones only.